I'm back. Well, welcome everyone. I was just on a premiere and now I'm going live so I can show you how I did this. And my light is horrible right now. Let's try moving that up. Hopefully you can see that a little better. So this is an ombre card, and it's basically, this whole part right here is one layer. And I'm going to show you how I did it. For this one, I used my Mulberry Lavinia Elements ink, and I used a Catherine Puller in Pink Champagne. So I'm going to do another one like this, but different. Thank you. I can't find my stupid snowflake stencil. Here it is. Okay. So I didn't use a stencil. I actually used a stamp. Okay, I used Simon Hurley's stamp. All right, so first things first is we want to get our colors on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch a little bit. Now I have a swatch sheet. I ran over it with my chair, didn't realize it had dropped on the floor. What I need is a light and a dark of the same color. So I was thinking Grape Crush and maybe Serenade. I wish it was lighter though. I could do Lime Ricky and Grass Skirt. I don't want to do orange. It's just not wintry enough. Better get out of bed and clean your machine. Hi, guys. You know, I think I will go with the Grape Crush and the Serenade. All right, let me find them. I think they're both over here. Here's Serenade. No, and here's Grape Crush. Okay, got my two shades there of the same color. Let me get all this other out of the way. And I said I was going to clean up, but I didn't. And then I'm going to start, and I'm going to need two circle dies. And I'm going to start with my piece of paper, which this is Bristol Smooth. So it's going to be my blending paper, but I need to cut it to the size that I want it. And so I'm going to go full card size. So I'm going to go 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I'm going to take my inexpensive paper. I'm going to cut one smaller. And I want it about 3/4 of an inch smaller. So if that's 5 1/2, it should be 4 3/4. And if it's 4 1/4, then it should be 3 1/2. I think. Let's see. Let's see if that squares up. It's crazy math. Yep, that works. This is going to serve as a mask. So if you have like already a mask like this, I know Simon Hurley has one. I don't know. I think his is the same size as those foam things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the tape trick because I don't want it moving on me. So I'm just going to roll that over on itself, top and bottom. Hi, Venus. Hi, Cheryl. Oh. Now, this is a lot of eyeballing because I can't be asked to get out my tape measure or my ruler. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, that it's all centered in. I'm just going to press down. And I'm going to use a stencil brush. Use what you have. I'm going to start with my dark color. I'm going to start with the Grape Crush. I'm going to hold this down with my fingers, I'm going to start from the top, and I'm going to just lightly feather and leave the bottom white. So see how I've left the bottom part white? And this is a very juicy ink. And I want it kind of even on both sides where I left it light. Okay, that's all for that one. I'm going to take off my little mask that I made. Oh, I leaked over. Doggone it. Be careful not to leak over. Clean up. I need a clean rag here in a minute, and I'm going to just kind of clean off my brush because I'm going to be using the lighter purple. But before I do, I'm going to mask off this area. And I'm just going to use mint tape. You can use what you have. And you are going to have to, my head's probably going to get in the way. So see, I'm right there. I want to pull it in just about 1/8 of an inch. And you can see through the mint tape where the line is. And I'm just going to lay that down. I'm going to flip it over, do the same on, can you see? Oh, you probably can't see it on camera, but it's kind of translucent. Yeah, it looks like you can see it on camera. Okay, good. And we made a mistake. We'll have to get over it. Want them pretty much the same on both sides. I'm going to do the same on the top. Okay. Now I'm going to take my Serenade, and I'm going to go do exactly the same thing so I can kind of see where I ended off on my other colors. I want to do the same. And I'm just going to go a little more light-handed with this because I think my Serenade is running low here. But it's one thing I like about the Bristol Smooth is it really allows you to blend your ink easily. Looks like I'm about the same spot. Okay, that's how simple that part is. Pull off my tape, and there I've got my little border. Okay, so next, I already have my stamp in the platform because I just did this one, and I'm using Simon's I don't need the snowflakes to come all the way down, so I'm just kind of doing a placement. And I got that dirty. You know what? I'm just going to take one of my pieces of tape here and just tape this down so it doesn't move on me. I'm going to give that a second to dry. And what I think I might do is while I'm waiting for, no, I better not. I can take some white paint and fix that. I just want to make sure the ink's dry before I move on to the next step because I'm going to be embossing. So let me grab my white. Got my white embossing powder. Let me turn on my gun. Grab my Versamark. Grab my this thing. Coat it over really well. It doesn't take the Catherine Fuller very long to dry, really. And I'm just going to coat my snowflakes with the Versamark. I need to re-ink this. And I will go down twice with it, just to make sure. This is a really beautiful stamp. Probably one of my favorites. See, I didn't get all the way. I can't see. Well, they're there, but just for good measure, I'm going twice. Which is why I didn't lay the paper on top of the stamp. I'm not worried about that one little corner. It's fine. of my way. Okay. I got a little sticky there. Just set this aside. I'm just going to pour my white embossing powder on. And I like to just kind of take my finger and smooth this out at the bottom, because I don't need that down there. Get that out of my way. Oh, I made a mess. Hang on. I need new batteries in here, obviously. Oh, it's all spitting out the back. Of course it is. And I messed that up by touching it. That's fine. I like to make sure I get all of it. And see, that little spot doesn't even really matter now. So I've got this part. That was easy, right? Just kind of straighten it out. Even if I've got extra white stuff, it doesn't matter because that's snow, right? But I'll go ahead and brush it off. So I brush off any excess. I missed a spot right there. I hate it when that happens. Anyways, you'll learn from my mistakes because this one was done properly. I'm just rushing here. Yeah, it is heat resistant. And yes, I will ship you yours. I have to wait till I get paid to ship anything else. I'm short on any kind of spare funds for that kind of thing right now. So that part's done. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use, and you guys have seen me use it before, use what you have. You could even use a stencil, but this is from Tonic Studios. And I'm going to cut 2 of these. Get that little excess piece out of there first. Just out of some white cardstock of that one long enough? Nope. Where's the piece that I just cut apart? I think that was it. Not quite long enough because I'm going to be using this like crossways that way. Let me just grab another piece. And again, this is just accent opaque, 110 or 120 pound, I don't remember. I don't keep the wrappers for anything unless I think I need to, because yeah, I don't. That's why. These cut out pretty easy, and I'm going to cut it as straight as I can, close to the edge. In fact, let me put a little piece of tape on, because the last one I did was kind of crooked. All right, cut one, and then I'll cut the other one. And my paper's too wide. Yeah, it's for cooking, so, and this apparently is heat resistant too. I haven't had a problem yet, so I'm not worried about it. And I'm using my Vagabond 2 for this. I'm going to use that piece of tape again. Okay, there's one. Let me go cut the other. All the die cutting from that part. Get that out of the way because I'll still use it. Where is my pokey tool? I know it's buried here somewhere. Go ahead and poke this out, poke out the little extra pieces. And I do these away from my mat because I hate trying to pick them up off my mat. But if I don't have some sort of a mat here or something, my lighting is wrong. Like if I'm just against this white thing, it makes my lighting all weird. Okay, there's one. Get off there. See what I mean? That's the only downfall about this stuff is stuff sticks to it. So I'm going to be inking these as well with the lighter purple color. Since we used pink on the last one, I used the lighter pink, which was the pink champagne. Let me get this out of my way. And I'm going to ink from the bottom up, like this. I'm just using whatever ink was left on my brush, because I don't need them super dark. Just want a little color to them. And I got inspired by this. A friend of mine posted a picture on Facebook, and it was done, obviously it was electronically done, like in Photoshop or something like that. But I thought it was so cool. I thought, I bet I could recreate that. And so that's how I came up with this. So next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using my Judikins Iridescent Sparkle embossing powder, any iridescent or even white if that's what you have. And I've got one of these little makeup brushes. I'm just going to take my Versamark. I'm going to dip my brush in, and I'm just going to dab it around the edges here, like this. Much or as little as you want. I don't think we often think about ink blending with Versamark, but you sure can do it. And I want quite a bit on the tips. I'm going to go ahead and pour my, where did I put it? Right here. I never poured out my last one, so let me just do it on paper. Let me grab a piece of copy paper. It's so hard to grab just one piece. And I go ahead and lay my embossing powder on. And I didn't have to, you know, put that, where are my tweezers? There we go. I'm just gonna dump it on and just tap it off. So there's one set. Now let's do the other set. I'm gonna spill this everywhere, I just know it. Oh, thank you, I'm glad you like the purple. I'm just kind of going willy-nilly here. that off. Set it over here for a sec. And I'm going to do just along the bottom edge here, just like this. Same embossing powder. Okay, I'm gonna put my embossing powder away, turn on my gun, or my heat tool, whatever you want to call it. It's not really gun shaped. I don't know what the heck's the matter with me. I'm just filling everything left and right today. All right. Now let's get our trees over here. And you know what? These kind of came out pink, but that's okay. That one. Okay. Yeah, I think they will too. And in fact, so these are going to layer stacked. So I want one going, let's go one that's going to go this way. And one that's going to go that way. Need to bring it down a little bit. And see all that area you left white just looks like soft snowy hills. Yeah. Okay. Get my glue. See how easy this is? Really actually quite easy. I'm not too worried about the bottom because I'm going to be... There's that stupid fly. Get out of here. You're not welcome in here. I think he's lived in here for like a week. I sent Mike out for a fly swatter and he said there was none to be found anywhere. And I'm like, okay. You just tap that off a little. And we wanted this one to go over this way. And I'll just trim off the excess. If I had a fly swatter, you would be dead right now. I don't want to touch them with my hands. Hi, Susie. Get! It's a little bit difficult to stick. Somebody is calling me. Who in the world? Nobody. I never have my ringer on if anybody ever tries to call me because I forget to turn it back on after work. Okay. That's nice and stuck down. Now we're going to do this group. And because you're working on a glittery substance, you want to be kind of a little generous with the glue. It does dry clear, and it's not a big deal if some of it oozes out because it doesn't really show up on glittery stuff. Okay. Cat got it. I wish the cat would get one. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually get my rag and just kind of wipe off this glue a little bit. I'm going to move this up and off to the side, and I'm going to lay something on it so that it will dry flat. You came up on me a little. I don't want you to do that. and we'll work on the sentiment part. So I'm going to cut two of these circles, and the size is, looks like the biggest one is 2 inches, and then the next one is smaller. And the small one's where the sentiment's going to go. I'm going to use this scrap piece of paper and go cut out my circles. I've got that intro song stuck in my head from my premiere video, and it's not the nicest song to have stuck in your head. It's a little annoying. Okay, got my circles, and I'm going to go ahead and do Grape Crush. Let me do the light one first. But the light one, see, I'm going to also put some of that iridescent. So let me just wipe this off again. I'm going to go into the Serenade. Pick this up if I can. And just kind of blend this in. It doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't matter if it's a little dark. Get out of here. You see him? The nerve of that guy. So we've still kind of got an ombre look going on. And then I'll do the Grape Crush, and I'm going to go in kind of heavy with it. Let's put this right here so it doesn't slip away from me. Okay. These things clean off really easily. Let me get this over here and set it up there to dry. I'll set this one here so I can clean up my mess a little. I'm just going to use a little hand sanitizer because it wipes everything up. I've got crap everywhere. And I still have the stamp that I used, which is 2 stamps, the Winter Wishes. And that, honestly, that came from a stamp set that I got from HSN. So it would have been Crafter's Companion. And I threw away the wrappers a long time ago, so I couldn't tell you the name of the stamp set. This is still kind of damp. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, I trust this part is dry, and I'm going to go ahead and trim off that excess. Carefully. You could foil or whatever, you know, if you foil. I don't foil. I don't have the equipment. And I think I already told you guys I kind of broke my mink. Let's heat set this just a little. Oh, the tree dyes, Susie, they're from Tonic Studios, and they're part of a set called, let me get the set, it's probably one of my most frequently used. I think it was called Shoot for the Moon. Yeah, Shoot for the Moon. And so it's stamps and dies. And the dies, I've got the mountain dies, I've got stars dies, I've got the moon dies, and the tree dies that came with it. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, I've got my mini Misty here. I'm going to take these off because I need to place them again. And this is just a piece of Sizzix sticky grid. I'm just going to lay this down on that sticky grid and give it a little push. And then lay my stamps on. And I really do like using a stamp positioner for this type of thing, because if I have to stamp it twice, I can. And for me to stamp something by hand twice, no, not going to happen. Okay. And get my little bag. And let me heat up my embossing gun. And I'll be doing that with white. My white ready here. And where did I put my Versamark? Here it is. I don't have any affiliate links at all. And they don't, I think they're out of stock on that one. But it was pretty popular, so I expect it to come back. How did I break my mink? Playing a mad scientist. Okay, that came on there perfect. I got something stuck in it and it melted inside there, and I took it apart and I had to get all the melted stuff off the rollers, and it just eventually, it just doesn't press in all the areas as hard as it should, so it won't foil. It works for, you know, flattening paper. Get that out of my way. I'm going to leave this on because I'm going to do the edge of this. And to do the edge of this, I'm just going to... Where'd my piece of paper go? I'm just going to edge around this like this. Make sure I got it all. Kind of hard to see, but you can see it. Grab my Judikins. Just dump it on, tap it off, set that aside, and get this cleaned up right away. Oh my gosh, I am such a klutz. That's why I use that tray. I'm never going to be able to get this back in the jar. I'm going to try though. I'm going to try. Reminds me of the old days. That piece of paper is not going to work. I need a better one. Just grab a piece of card here. Good enough. Yeah, the powder does kind of stick to it. I clean it once in a while. What I don't want is I don't want to emboss this powder onto here, but so I'll just be careful. All right. Gonna glue this one onto that one. You could use any shape you want. You could use any die you want. I almost did the second one with a stencil that I made that there's 7-pointed fairy stars. Lay this down here, try and get it as even as possible. Just lay something on it. So it, where'd my thing go? So it gives a second to dry. I have a couple of those trays. So yeah, every once in a while I'll take a brush and just brush it out. I'm just going to press down on this. Now on this one, I didn't think to do the glitter first, so I did some glitter after with some glossy accents. I did some lump-on Prisma glitter, but honestly, I didn't like the way that part came out, so that's why I left it out of this other one. Why does this look bigger? It's not. My cut isn't very even there, though. Let me fix that cut. I'm always scared I'm going to cut the wrong part. So that little spot I made a mistake on doesn't make a difference at all. Now here, where I accidentally wiped off the embossing powder, it does. So we've got her. The cool thing, Pam, if you're here, now you're probably gone already, if you use this Judican stuff or another glittery embossing powder, you don't run the risk of getting glitter everywhere, except for if you do what you just saw me do, which is knock the doggone thing over. And I'm going pretty generous with the glue because I'm, you know, gluing on top of embossed images. How long have I been going? Am I still going is the question. I don't know what time I started. I know that this is pretty quick to do. So we've got our pink one and we've got our purple one. So again, you just take, and if you have a, like I said, if you have some sort of a mask that does that, you can just use a mask. If not, you can use tape. And there we got it. Thank you. So yeah, I kind of thought this was a super cool idea to do. And it's not exactly Christmas, but it can be. And you can do more glitter along the edge here if you want to. And then you just glue this on down to a white card base and you'd have your card. And I'd probably do a top fold. Yeah, maybe I'll go ahead and do that right now. Grab a couple. And I make my card bases with just accent opaque, 110 pound. And you see what happens though? I get an extra edge, so I'm gonna glue it to this edge. I'm gonna glue it to the longer edge. Let's see. See if it fits. Yeah. Thank you, Cordelia. Thank you, Chow. Thank you, Barbara. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks, Cheryl. If I ever miss anybody, I am sorry. You get by me before I can see you. I know I was rewatching one of my lives. Yeah, I do watch my videos. And I give them thumbs up because Lord knows I need them. And I saw that Betty Penny said hi to me, and I didn't say hi to her back because I didn't see her. She went by. She got buried before I got to see her. I get inspired by a lot of pictures I see. And I think, is there a way that I can sort of reproduce that? Let's get this. And okay. You see, look at me. I am a hot mess. This one, I wanted to show you. If you were on my earlier premiere, remember I told you I messed one of those up by putting too much glitter? Here is that one. You see how much glitter is on there? It's just too much. It broke it, but I like the colors and the way that it turned out otherwise. Okay, Melissa, thank you for coming. Let me go ahead and do this one, and then we'll be done. That's enough of me you guys will have today. So I think I'm up to 803 subscribers. So I have, my daughter-in-law has a big following on TikTok. And I don't know TikTok. I don't do TikTok. I see TikTok videos on my Facebook feed and I watch them, but I don't have the app and I wouldn't know how to use it. I mean, I'd know how to use it, but I wouldn't know how to make a short video like you have to do. And I'm definitely not dancing. But since she has such a following, I told her, tell all your people to follow me. And so they've been slowly jumping on. There we go. I hope that you, look at that. I can't abide by that crookedness. That will make me crazy. That will make me crazy. So I'll probably trim it off, but I'm not going to trim it off right now because that'll be too noisy and it'll be too big of a fight. I hope you try this little ombre 2-color method. And I'd love to see it. If you do, post it on my Facebook group. You don't want to see me dance, man. You don't. That would be funny. Post it on my Facebook group so I can see it, because I'm really excited to see people do this. Anyway, thanks you guys for stopping in again. That's all for me today. I hope you have a great Sunday. It is Sunday, right? I think it's Sunday. You know, Cheryl, you dance. Bye, guys.